Hey guys, it's Ghost57 coming at you from the power of YouTube through the internet itself. Okay guys, in today's video we're going to be reviewing this M.2 SSD enclosure that's also magnetic. Stay tuned guys and I'll show you how to use it. Okay guys, so this is what we're going to be testing out today. This is the Ugreen magnetic M.2 NVMe SSD enclosure. It also looks like it fast charges your phone with 100 watts. We'll take a look at that, and I believe this is aluminum, so this should help with heat dissipation. See the little snowflake? That might be true or not. We're going to test out with some pretty large video transfers on my iPhone 15 Pro, moving some 4K videos over, see how hot it gets. And then it also, this magnetic M.2 SSD enclosure is compatible with the M.2 sizes of 2230, 2242, 2260, and the most common one, 2280. So this thing is going to be pretty cool, especially if you're running out of storage. You can move files over, especially if you're like a TikToker or some type of movie content creator that's using your iPhone. So this thing is going to add as much memory as you want. I'm going to be actually putting on actually a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD, which we'll take a look at in a little bit. But here's some more specifications on the back that we'll take a look at. So it does show that it has one input to the device itself, which is a USB Type-C, which at this point is pretty much the standard. And then output M key, and then transfer rate. It supports rates up to 10 gigabit per second, which is actually pretty fast. And then it shows compatible M.2 slots, M key, B plus M keys. So those are the different types of keys right over here. So this one, I believe, is the M key. The other one has the other little tooth in there. So it's compatible with both, which is nice. And then it just says supports the sizes, which we already talked about. And then power source, it shows it right over here. And also, it's a USB PD power delivery 3.0, 100 watt max. And it does not support data streaming. So I'm assuming it doesn't support live video saving at the same time. But that's okay, because what you can do is save to your phone. Then afterwards, immediately move it over to this device so you can make some room. Most phones have, I believe now, like 128 gigabytes, so you can transfer stuff over once you're done making your content, which is very helpful. And then the cool thing is you just plug this directly into your computer when you're done, which is nice. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and unbox this bad boy right here. So overall, the case is pretty nice. I already opened this little thing up here. See what's included. Okay, so let's see. We got I guess that's not in English, but maybe some type of recycling thing. Your instruction user guide, very small print, put that to the side. And then another, it looks like instruction guide or user manual. So it does give you some instructions, but this thing is really easy to use, guys. It's a plug and play format, as you see right over here. You can see these pictures here. Primarily, there are 2 little screws on the bottom. You're going to undo those. And then you have your M.2 screw holder right over there. Pop that boy in and you're good to go. Put the screws back on and put it on the back of your iPhone. Pretty easy. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's see what we got here. So this looks like the magnetic connectors that go on the back of here, I believe, so you can actually connect it to your phone. Looks like it gives you 2 of them. So let's see how these little things look. Package is A+ right here, hard to open. So yeah, so that's what you get right here is a magnet. I'm assuming it just connects to here. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Just like that, guys. So it's a pretty good magnet. It has a nice 3M adhesive on the back, and you get 2 of them. So let's say if one falls off, you have a spare. That's always nice that these companies give you a spare, because that includes will build up to longevity over time. Just in case if this adhesive ever comes off, you can always replace it, which is nice. And it's cool that you have that. That's an extra bonus. They don't have to do that. That's nice of them. So already this feels pretty nice, substantial. The quality is pretty good, and these things are really not that expensive. And there it is. It's a nice shine on it. It feels like aluminum. It could be a plastic or a composite material of some sort. But this is really nice. So I wonder if that disconnects automatically. Oh, okay, so it does. And you can see it really doesn't build up the case back that much. And then you have, I guess, power delivery on this side and your USB on this side. So I'm still kind of interested in what this is for. But that's pretty nice, actually. Not a bad color at all. That magnet is really on there though. So I guess for phones that don't have a magnet on the back or a device, you can stick this to there. And yeah, that thing is super strong, guys. Oh my God. So very strong magnet, so that's a plus. I'm going to see if it's charging the phone. I don't see it charging the phone at all. So, not too sure what that is about. Maybe it's dead. But the most important part we're going to look at today is going to be the storage capacity there. So we'll move on. I'll kind of research that and come back to you to see if that actually powers up your phone or not. Let's see what else we got in this little baggie here. Ooh, look at this, guys. I always love it when they include some type of screwdriver, just in case if you don't own one, they give you one. So that's nice. And this looks like heat transfer material, like a thermal pad of some sort. Really nice to include that. I guess they assume it is going to get a little hot when transferring big files over. And here it is. It kind of matches the color of your little device right here. This is pretty cool, and it's nice and short, so fits right into the phone. So let's see how nice that looks, just like that. Again, there's nothing in there, so nothing's popping up yet, but you can see it actually connects to something. So we'll get into that a little later down the road. So take that off, and we'll go ahead and open it up. Right down here you can see the two little screws. So let's go to user, included screwdriver just for fun. Yep, pretty easy. Comes out pretty nice. Put that down there. That's almost all the way out. There we go. Gonna open this bad boy up. Ooh, look at this, guys. This looks pretty neat. I like that they're using a black motherboard. That is really nice, a black PCB. That is a luxury right there. So overall, you can see the different sizes from the very small to the most common, and they include that mount. So here is the M.2 driver we're using today. This one is a M.2 PCIe NVMe drive, and it's a Gen 3 times 4. And you can see the speeds are up to 35 or 33 megabytes a second to 2,600 megabits a second, which is really good speed. You know, when you're transferring files over, especially 4K files, that speed does help. So this should work out very good with the iPhone 15 Pro here. So overall, this is kind of like a budget storage device here. This device, I believe, was $50, and you probably find it on sale during Prime Day or Black Friday. And this M.2 right here, that's a terabyte and has pretty good speeds, is actually pretty inexpensive as well. This was like 30 bucks for a terabyte, which compared to buying a 1 terabyte phone is a big difference. I think they charge like $500 or $1,000. Who knows how much iPhone charges for a terabyte of storage on their devices. So this is definitely going to help you. So you can buy like a base model 128 gigabyte phone and have this on the side for additional storage. And primarily when you do this, you're just lining up the little grooves like so. And we're going to remove that. So let's go to remove that first. Okay, so I cleaned up the mess. We'll zoom in a little bit more on here. Again, primarily what we're going to do is not lose any of these screws. They're actually getting stuck to the back of here, so I guess that's fine. But what I'm going to do to help with heat dissipation is I'm going to take off this little sticker here. It's not going to make that much thermal difference. but I want to get right to those modules there because we're going to be adding the heat thermal paste on top of there to help transfer that heat. So you're just going to pop it in like so. Grab the included M.2 screw. So this screw is quite interesting. So you actually have to put it on the M.2 drive like so. Fit it in there and then screw it down. A little different than the ones that come with the motherboards on most computers. Makes it kind of hard to put in there. There we go. And now she's in there, so we're going to grab our little thermal pad. Again, there's a little plastic on here that you want to remove, because if not, you're not going to really transfer any heat over. We're just going to put that right on top of here, like so. That should help a lot with heat dissipation. And again, remove this other one, because it's on both sides. Make sure both of these are removed, like so. Okay, so now you are playing with fire, you're ready to go. And primarily all you're going to do is put your little case back on here. Nothing too crazy, should just clip right on. Everything's nice and clipped in. And now we're just going to put those screws back on. I'm going to grab my iFixit screwdriver because it's magnetic. Again, this was a nice gesture, but yeah. It's always good to have a magnetic tip. Actually, I don't think the screws are magnetic. I don't think they're metal. Anyways, we have the iFixit screwdriver now, so make it a little bit smoother. Grab the other one. Screws are not very, I guess, metally, because it's not getting stuck on my screwdriver there. But just like that, guys, we are ready to plug this in and see how well this does with the iPhone 15 Pro. Let's jump right into it, guys. Okay, guys, so before we can actually attach this to our iPhone or Android phone or whatever you're using, we're going to pretty much format it a certain way so it can actually pick up. Since it's a brand new drive, we do need to format it. And the best thing to do to format it to actually be readable and writable by iPhone, we're going to turn it into a FAT32 format. So we're just going to plug this in right over here. And we're going to go back to our computer and format it. You can see it's connecting by that little white light right over there. So if you're on a Windows computer, we're going to go right over here to search. We're going to put in drive. And we should be picking up right over here, create and format drive partitions. So this is actually called Disk Manager. So it should be one of these here. And here is the one we're actually looking at, so we can keep that there. And this is the reason why we couldn't pick it up with the iPhone. Since it's a brand new SSD, we do need to format it. So again, we can go right here, put drive or disk management. This will pop up. And you see right here, it's disk 1. Unallocated. So we're going to go ahead and right click on that, hit new volume, and next, keep this the same, and we're going to go ahead and assign it. It doesn't really matter because this is going to be unplugged, so it's not like a thing we need to do here. And this right here, you're going to put it to exFAT, so it's actually readable by an iPhone. This right here is going to be Microsoft's version of a file system. So all this looks good. We can even change the name if we want to. I guess we could. Let's go ahead and call it Ghost 57. We'll just call it Ghost 57. Again, we can always change this later. And we'll hit yes and finish. And you can see now we have access to it on a Windows computer, which is cool. And you can always change this name later on, Ghost 57 Storage or Ghost 57 SSD Fast, whatever you want to. Again, the main thing is you want it exFAT or a FAT32. This is perfect for our use case. So now that we're done with that, let's plug it into the iPhone and let's see if it reads it now. Okay guys, so we have the phone. I'm gonna go and put this on the back of the phone, plug it in. Let's see if we get anything now. Can we put it into the right format? So we should be getting something. So I see that over there, that's doing something. But we're going to check in our files. So you can either type files here. I already had it pulled up. And there it is. So it's actually pulling up pretty fast. Ghost 57, that's what we named it. Again, before when we tried this, nothing was popping up besides my iCloud and what's on here, yada yada yada. But now that it's picking up, you can actually move files over to this device. So I'm going to record a fast 1 minute 4K video, and we'll see how fast it can transfer over. Again, this is the iPhone 15 Pro, 1 terabyte, so it's pretty capable with some nice 4K quality videos. And they get pretty large, so let's see how fast it can transfer over that. Okay guys, so our video is done right over here. So what you're going to do is click over here to select, and we're going to go ahead and share this one. You're going to go all the way down over here. It's going to be right here where it says Save to Files. And we're going to go ahead and I see this is our iCloud. We're going to go back. It should be on the Browse menu, and there it is. And we're going to hit Save. So now it should be directly on there. So we're going to go back to Files. This thing probably already transferred over, and it did. You can see how fast it transferred over, and it's already on there, which is really, really cool. I'm going to pause that so you can hear the audios there. Everything's there. And then you can put this on your computer and you are up and running. Okay guys, so we're going to take one more further look into this device right here. So we already got it formatted. Like I said, you can see it right on here. But one thing I wanted to show you was you can actually directly record to it. And that makes a lot more sense why you have a power delivery system on this unit. This is a really, really good bang for your buck, guys. I am surprised. The manual is really, really bad. You don't find any notes about recording directly to this device anywhere. I have to actually go back and do some digging, and here it is, guys. So you want to make sure your phone's actually in the right setting. So we're going to put it on. It's going to be right here, camera capture formats. You want to make sure Apple ProRes is actually turned on. This is going to let you actually record in 4K 60. So you can see right here when we go to 4K 60 HDR, it says ProRes not supported. 4K at 60 Hz is only supported when recording to an external device. Guess what's going to happen when we plug this bad boy in? And also when you put the logs here, HDR with logs, wait for it to turn on. It's connecting still. Watch this, guys. Now we can record, and right on top where you see 1 hour and 12 minutes and the USB sign, that means it's going to directly record to it. So like I was saying a little while ago, this plugs directly into here, so you can charge your phone and you can record at the same time. So we'll do a little recording to it. This thing is pretty cool, and the cool thing about it is it's 10 gigabits per second, so you're going to get a really fast transfer rate. Again, this is instantly recording to that M.2 SSD. We'll hit stop. We're going to go to our file browser again, and we'll go ahead and take a look at that video. So this was the first video, and it's actually making a little folder here for that other one. Not too shabby, guys. Okay, this device is a lot cooler than I initially thought. Again, I don't see anything that actually tells you about that in the little user guide or online. So this thing is quite impressive for $30. Again, right there you can see that it's actually charging the phone at the same time. So anyways, guys, I did a deeper dive, and I would give this thing 5 out of 5. This thing is quite legit, and you know why this is right here? So when you have it on a tripod mount like that, you got everything going for you there. So this is definitely a must-have for YouTube creators that are actually creating content with their iPhone 15 Pro or higher. This will give you an additional 1 terabyte of storage, or whatever you want to put on there. You can put a 10 terabyte drive, whatever you want to put on there. Again, this was more of a budget deal right here, because again, this whole unit right here was pretty inexpensive. The storage unit itself was $30 and or $50, and I believe the SSD was like $30. So pretty inexpensive for what you're getting. I would say this is a must-buy if you're using your iPhone for a recording device. Anyways, guys, hopefully you found this video useful, because I sure figured out a couple cool things about this device making it. So hopefully y'all enjoyed it. And if y'all did enjoy it, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Again, we're trying to grow this channel to 5,000 subscribers before 2025 is over. Anyways, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Ghost57 out. Bye bye for now, friends. See you next time.